We're finally here.
Looks beautiful. I love the way you make me feel.
And I love seeing that smile on your face. Please.
Thank you. You know I like the way you make me feel.
And how is that? Important. Special. Vanessa,
Yes?
I want you to be with me. I want us to have a future together.
Yes, Daniel. But I cannot be your second wife. You know what I mean. You need to divorce your wife first. I don't want to share my husband with anyone.
Anything for you. What is wrong?
It's Daniel.
What happened?
He has changed. He doesn't talk to me like before. He comes home late. He doesn't eat my food anymore.
The same Daniel who used to say your cooking was the best?
And yesterday he said I smell like bread.
The bread that helped him become who he is today?
Maybe it is my fault.
Your fault? Why would you say that?
Maybe I am not enough anymore.
Sophia, don't ever say that. You stood beside him when he had nothing. You believed in him when nobody else did. He should be grateful.
But he is my husband. I don't want to believe he would hurt me.
Don't cry.
My husband, is something wrong? Have I done anything?
Sophia, you and I are different now.
What does that mean?
Look at us. You are a bread seller and I am building a career.
Daniel.
I don't think this marriage can work anymore.
What?
You heard me, I want a divorce.
After everything? After everything I did for you?
What did you do for me?
What did I do? I sold bread every day. I supported you. I believed in you. I stood with you when you had nothing.
I never asked you to do those things.
I did them because I loved you.
I have met someone else.
Who?
My future wife.
Future wife?
She is successful, beautiful, she understands my world. So I
don't? Can I have 3 loaves? Certainly, I'll pick the freshest ones for you, ma.
After today, she'll finally be out of our lives.
That's exactly why we're here. Let's finish it.
Daniel. So this is her? The famous bread seller? Who are you?
This is Vanessa, the woman I love.
The woman you love?
sign this.
Daniel, are you serious?
Yes.
After everything? You should accept reality. Who are you to say that? How dare you talk to me like that? You're allowing this?
Vanessa is right. You have no right to question her because she's the woman I love now.
Please don't do this. I love you. I gave you everything.
It's over.
Please.
Sophia, what happened?
He divorced me.
Who?
Daniel divorced me.
What is this?
What?
He claims you cheated on him?
What? No, I never did that. I have never betrayed my husband.
This is a lie. He is trying to destroy your name.
I gave him everything.
Come with me.
Are you enjoying the video? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell us where you're watching from and what time you're watching. We'd love to hear from you. Now, let's begin. The busy streets of Lagos were already awake before the sun fully rose. Cars filled the roads. Buses moved through crowded streets. Market women arranged their goods while workers hurried to begin another day. Among the noise and movement was a young woman carrying a large basket of bread on her head. Her name was Sophia. To many people passing by, she was just another roadside bread seller trying to survive. But behind her simple clothes and tired smile was a woman carrying a dream. Not just her dream, her husband's dream. Every morning, Sophia woke up before dawn. While many people were still sleeping, she prepared herself for another difficult day. She knew the work was not easy. Standing under the heat, walking long distances, negotiating with customers, carrying bread when her shoulders already felt tired. But every sacrifice had a reason. Daniel, her husband, the man she believed would one day become successful, the man she promised to stand beside no matter what happened. That morning, Sophia walked toward the small bakery where she always collected her bread supply. The bakery belonged to Mrs. Ruth, an older woman who had been running the business for many years. As Sophia entered, she smiled warmly. "Good morning, Mrs. Ruth." The older woman looked up from arranging bread on the shelf. She sighed. "Sophia." The smile on Sophia's face remained. "Yes, Ma. Don't greet me today." Sophia became confused. "Why, Ma?" Mrs. Ruth folded her arms. "Because I already know why you came." Sophia lowered her head slightly. "I came for bread." "On credit again?" Sophia took a deep breath. "Ma, I promise I will pay." Mrs. Ruth shook her head. "Every day you say the same thing." "I know, Ma. But I have not forgotten your promise." Sophia opened her small purse and brought out some money. "See, Ma. I paid what I could yesterday." Mrs. Ruth looked at her. She saw the honesty in Sophia's eyes. "You are a good woman." Sophia smiled. "Thank you, Ma." Mrs. Ruth turned to her workers. "Pack her usual supply." Sophia's face brightened. "Thank you so much." As the bread was packed, Mrs. Ruth looked at her seriously. "But Sophia." "Yes, Ma. I don't want to hear any story tomorrow." Sophia smiled confidently. "You won't. I will sell everything today." Mrs. Ruth smiled slightly. "I hope so." Sophia carried the bread and left. When she reached her roadside stand, she carefully arranged every loaf. She cleaned the table, placed the bread neatly. Then she stepped back and looked at her small business. "Please, God, let today be a good day. I need to pay Mrs. Ruth." She sat down on her small bench and waited for customers. Minutes passed. Then an elderly woman slowly approached her. "Good morning, my daughter." Sophia immediately stood. "Good morning, Ma." The woman looked weak. "My daughter, I am hungry. Can you please help me with some bread?" Sophia looked at her basket. She had not sold anything yet. She still owed money. But she didn't hesitate. She picked up a loaf and gave it to the woman. "Please take it, Ma." The woman's eyes widened. "But my daughter, won't this affect your business?" Sophia smiled. God will provide. The woman held the bread tightly. You have a good heart. She placed her hand on Sophia's shoulder. You will never lack. Sophia smiled. Amen. After the woman left, Sophia sat down quietly. She was worried about business. But helping someone hungry mattered more. That was who she was. A kind person even when she had little. After some time, Sophia picked up her phone. She smiled as she dialed Daniel's number. The call connected. Hello, my beautiful wife. Sophia smiled immediately. Hello, my husband. How are you? I'm fine. How is the market? Sophia looked at her bread stand. It's just starting. But I believe it will be better today. Daniel smiled. I know you. You always believe things will work out. Someone has to believe. Daniel laughed. Sophia could hear the sound of books moving in the background. Where are you? I'm in the library. Reading for my exam. Sophia smiled proudly. I'm proud of you. Daniel's voice softened. Thank you. For everything you do for me. Sophia looked away. It's nothing. No. It is something. I know the sacrifices you make. Sophia smiled. Focus on your studies. We will talk when you get home. Okay. I love you. I love you too. After ending the call, Sophia sat there smiling. She believed her husband would make it. She believed their struggles were temporary. Then, suddenly, a familiar expensive car stopped in front of her stand. People nearby looked surprised. A young man stepped out. He wore expensive clothes and carried himself confidently. It was Thomas, Sophia's childhood friend. They had known each other since secondary school. Even after becoming a successful businessman, Thomas had never forgotten where he came from. He walked toward her with a playful smile. So, the famous bread seller. Sophia laughed. Thomas, the billionaire who still comes to disturb my business. Thomas sat beside her. Give me bread. Sophia handed him a loaf. He took a bite. This is still the best bread in Lagos. Sophia smiled. Of course. Thomas continued eating. Then he suddenly stood. I am leaving. Sophia stretched out her hand. My money. Thomas looked confused. What money? Sophia stared at him. The bread you just ate. Thomas laughed. I was testing your kindness. You failed. Sophia laughed. You are impossible. Thomas sat back down. Then his expression became serious. Sophia, why do you still do this? Do what? Sell bread every day. Sophia looked at her stand. Because Daniel needs support. Thomas sighed. I have offered you a job many times. A good job. A job that pays much better than this. Sophia shook her head. No. Why? Because I don't want Daniel to feel like he failed. Thomas looked at her. Sophia. He would never think that. I know my husband. He is working hard. I want him to achieve his dream. Thomas smiled sadly. You really love him. With all my heart. That evening, Sophia returned home tired, but happy. When she entered the apartment, Daniel was already there. She walked into the kitchen and started cooking. A few minutes later, Daniel came behind her and wrapped his arms around her. She smiled. You're back. I missed you. How was school? It was fine. When dinner was ready, they sat together and ate. Daniel looked at her. Sophia. Yes. Thank you. For what? For supporting me. For believing in me. for staying when things were difficult. Sophia smiled. Anything for you, my husband. Daniel held her hand. One day, I will make you proud. Sophia smiled. She believed him. She had no idea that the same man she was helping build would one day become the person who would break her heart. The days after graduation were not easy for Daniel. He had finally completed his master's degree, something he had spent years working toward. But education alone was not enough. He needed a job. He needed a chance. Every morning, Daniel dressed neatly, carried his documents, and walked into different companies across Lagos. He attended interviews. He submitted applications. He waited. But most times, the answer was the same. We will get back to you. After another disappointing day, Daniel returned home and sat quietly on the couch. Sophia noticed immediately. She was in the kitchen preparing dinner when she saw the sadness on his face. She walked closer. My husband. Daniel looked up. You're back. What happened? He forced a smile. Nothing. Sophia sat beside him. Daniel, I know you. You don't look like yourself. He sighed deeply. I have tried everywhere. I have my degree, but nobody wants to give me a chance. Sophia held his hand. Don't give up. Daniel looked at her. What if things don't change? Sophia smiled. They will. You worked hard for this. Your opportunity will come. Daniel looked at her and smiled slightly. How do you always stay positive? Sophia laughed softly. Because someone has to believe in you. Her words gave him strength. She never made him feel like a failure. Instead, she reminded him of the man he could become. The next morning, something unexpected happened. Daniel was sitting on the edge of the bed checking his phone when he suddenly stopped. His eyes widened. Sophia! She rushed out of the kitchen. What happened? Daniel turned his phone toward her. I got an email. She looked at the screen. It was from a construction company. They wanted him to attend an interview. Sophia's face immediately brightened. This is it. Daniel smiled. You think so? I know so. She hugged him. I told you something good was coming. Daniel quickly prepared for the interview. He wore his best suit. As he stood before the mirror trying to fix his tie, Sophia walked behind him. You are struggling. Daniel laughed. I know. Come here. She gently helped him tie it properly. She adjusted his collar and smiled. There. Daniel looked at himself in the mirror. You look like a future CEO. He laughed. CEO. Why not? Sophia smiled. You deserve success. Before leaving, Daniel looked at her. What if I don't get it? Sophia shook her head. You will. You have worked too hard for this moment. Daniel smiled. I love you. I love you too. At the construction company, Daniel entered a large office building. Everything looked professional. Employees moved quickly from one office to another. He sat across from Mr. Balaji, one of the senior managers. Mr. Balaji looked through his documents. Your qualifications are impressive. Thank you, sir. They began the interview. They discussed construction projects, planning, leadership, problem solving. Daniel answered every question confidently. Mr. Balaji watched him carefully. He saw determination. He saw passion. Finally, he closed the file. Daniel waited nervously. Then Mr. Balaji smiled. Congratulations. Daniel blinked. Sir, you got the job. For a moment, Daniel couldn't believe it. Really? Yes. We need someone hardworking and committed. You can resume on Monday. Daniel stood and shook his hand. "Thank you so much, sir." When he stepped outside the company building, he looked toward the sky. A smile covered his face. After months of disappointment, finally, a breakthrough. That evening, Sophia was in the kitchen cooking jollof rice. She was humming softly when suddenly she felt arms around her waist. She smiled. "You're home." Daniel rested his chin on her shoulder. "How was your day?" Sophia turned slightly. "Tell me first." Daniel smiled. "I got the job." Sophia froze. "What?" "I got the job." Her eyes immediately filled with tears. "You did it." She hugged him tightly. Daniel laughed. "We did it." Sophia wiped her tears. "I knew you could." Daniel looked at her. "Thank you for never giving up on me." Sophia shook her head. "You are my husband. Your success is my success." Daniel kissed her forehead. "I promise I will never forget what you have done." The following Monday, Daniel started his new job. From the first day, he worked hard. He arrived early. He stayed late. His dedication impressed everyone. Mr. Balaji noticed his commitment. "You have a bright future here, Daniel." "Thank you, sir. I won't disappoint you." Months passed. Daniel's life began to change. His salary improved. His confidence grew. But Sophia remained the same. She still woke up early. She still sold bread. She still supported him. One evening, Daniel returned home holding a small gift package. Sophia looked surprised. "What's that?" Daniel smiled. "Open it." She carefully removed the wrapping. Inside was a beautiful dress. Her eyes widened. "Daniel." There was also a small handwritten note. She opened it. "For the woman who stood beside me when I had nothing. I hope one day I can give you everything you deserve." Sophia smiled. She looked at him with love. "This is beautiful." Daniel smiled. "You deserve more." That weekend, they spent time together at home. No stress. No worries. Just happiness. They sat in their living room playing Ludo. "You cheated!" Sophia shouted while laughing. Daniel looked shocked. "Me? Never. You moved twice." "I did not." They both laughed. For a moment, life felt perfect. Meanwhile, Sophia's childhood friend Thomas continued visiting her bread stand. One afternoon, he arrived in his car. "There she is. The famous bread seller." Sophia laughed. "Thomas, don't even try. I know you want free bread." Thomas placed his hand on his chest. "You don't trust me?" "No." Both laughed. Then Sophia smiled. "I have good news." Thomas looked interested. "What happened?" "Daniel got a job." Thomas smiled genuinely. "That's wonderful. I'm happy for him." Sophia nodded proudly. "He worked hard." Thomas looked at her. "And you helped him." Sophia smiled. "I only did what a wife should do." Thomas remained quiet. He admired her loyalty. But deep inside, he wondered if Daniel truly understood how lucky he was. Across Lagos, Daniel was finishing work one evening when he stopped at a luxury supermarket. He walked through the aisles when suddenly, a woman's car keys fell near him. He picked them up. "Excuse me." The woman turned around. Their eyes met. She was elegant, confident, beautiful. "These are yours." She smiled. "Thank you. My name is Vanessa. I own this supermarket." Daniel smiled. "I'm Daniel. Nice meeting you." They started talking. They laughed. They discovered they had similar interests. Before leaving, Vanessa smiled. Can I have your number? Daniel hesitated briefly, then smiled. Sure. They exchanged contacts. Neither of them knew that this simple meeting would become the beginning of a storm that would change Sophia's life forever. At first, nobody noticed the change in Daniel. It started with small things. The way he spent more time looking at his phone. The way he smiled whenever a message arrived. The way he became quieter whenever Sophia asked about his day. Sophia noticed everything. One evening, she walked into the living room and saw Daniel sitting on the couch. His eyes were fixed on his phone. A smile appeared on his face. Not just a normal smile. A smile she had not seen in a long time. She placed a cup of tea beside him. My husband. Daniel quickly locked his phone. Yes. Sophia sat beside him. You have been smiling a lot whenever you are pressing your phone recently. Daniel looked away. Oh. It's nothing. Sophia smiled. Nothing. Who is making you smile like that? Daniel laughed. You worry too much. It's just work. Sophia looked at him carefully. Are you sure? Daniel nodded. Of course. Sophia smiled. Okay. She believed him. Because she loved him. Because she trusted him. She never imagined that the person she trusted most was slowly creating a distance between them. Across Lagos, Daniel and Vanessa continued talking. At first, it was just messages. Then phone calls. Then long conversations late at night. Vanessa made him feel admired. She asked about his dreams. She praised his achievements. She made him feel like a successful man. One evening after work, Daniel drove to meet Vanessa. They sat inside an expensive restaurant. Vanessa smiled. You know something? What? You are different from most men. Daniel smiled. How? You have ambition. You want more from life. Daniel looked pleased. I have always wanted to become successful. And now you are. Vanessa lifted her glass. To your success. Daniel smiled. To success. They laughed and talked for hours. For the first time in a long time, Daniel found himself forgetting everything else, including Sophia. That night, Daniel arrived home late. Sophia was sitting on the couch waiting for him. The moment he entered, she smiled. My husband. Welcome home. Daniel nodded. Thank you. She stood and walked toward him. How was work today? Fine. You came home late. Work was busy. Sophia smiled. I missed you. She moved closer and hugged him. But instead of hugging her back, Daniel stepped away. Sophia looked surprised. What happened? Daniel frowned slightly. You smell like bread. She froze. What? You heard me. He sighed. You can't just hug me like this. You should clean up first. For a moment, Sophia couldn't believe what she heard. The same man who once told her that the smell of bread reminded him of her sacrifices was now complaining about it. She looked hurt. Daniel, are you trying to make me feel bad? He didn't answer. Where is this coming from? Daniel picked up his bag. I'm tired. Then he walked away, leaving Sophia standing alone. The next morning, Sophia woke up early. Even though Daniel's words hurt her, she still prepared his favorite meal. She cooked, set the table, and waited for him. When Daniel came out dressed for work, she smiled. Breakfast is ready. Daniel looked at the food. I'm not eating. Sophia looked confused. What? I'll eat at work. She walked closer. Daniel. She held his hand. What's wrong? Have I done anything? Have I made you angry? Daniel looked at her. No. Then why are you acting this way? He pulled his hand away. I already told you. I have food at work. Then he left. Sophia stood there silently. Her heart felt heavy. But Daniel wasn't going to work immediately. He drove to Vanessa's apartment. When she opened the door, she smiled. You came. Daniel smiled. I wanted to see you. Vanessa stepped aside. Come in. Inside her beautiful kitchen, they cooked together. They laughed. They joked. Vanessa playfully touched his arm. You are not as serious as you pretend to be. Daniel laughed. And you talk too much. But you like it. He smiled. Maybe. They prepared food together. The atmosphere was completely different from home. There were no worries. No struggles. No reminders of the past. Just excitement. That evening, Daniel returned home. Sophia was sitting in the living room arranging some unsold bread. She looked tired. But when she saw him, she still smiled. Daniel stood there watching her. And instead of seeing the woman who sacrificed everything for him, he saw someone he believed was beneath him. His mind began comparing. Vanessa's luxurious apartment. Vanessa's confidence. Vanessa's successful business. Then he looked at Sophia. A woman sitting beside bread. A woman who had supported him when he had nothing. But instead of gratitude, pride filled his heart. He thought, I have changed. I am no longer the struggling student I used to be. I am now a professional. I deserve someone who matches my level. He looked at Sophia. She is still just a bread seller. The thought became stronger. Vanessa is beautiful. She is successful. She understands my new life. Sophia belongs to my past. Daniel had started believing his own success was his alone. He forgot the nights Sophia went hungry. He forgot the money she borrowed. He forgot the bread she sold under the sun. He forgot the woman who believed in him before anyone else did. The following week, Daniel became even more distant. He spent more time outside. He avoided conversations. He stopped telling Sophia about his day. Sophia noticed. One night, she sat beside him. Daniel. He looked at her. Yes. Are you happy? He frowned. What kind of question is that? I just feel like something has changed. Daniel looked away. Nothing changed. Sophia forced a smile. Okay. But deep inside, she felt something breaking. Meanwhile, Vanessa was becoming more confident about Daniel. She believed he was almost completely hers. One evening, she looked at him seriously. Daniel. Yes. If you really love me, prove it. Daniel looked at her. How? Vanessa smiled. Leave the past behind. Daniel knew exactly what she meant. His marriage. His life with Sophia. The woman who stood beside him. For a moment, a small part of him felt guilty. But then Vanessa held his hand. And Daniel made a decision. A decision that would destroy the woman who loved him most. Soon, Sophia would discover that the man she helped build was the same man preparing to tear her world apart. The night Daniel made his decision, Sophia had no idea that her marriage was already falling apart. She sat in their small apartment, folding clothes and humming softly. Even after everything that had changed, she still believed Daniel was the same man she married. The man who once held her hands and promised, I will never forget your sacrifices. She believed he was only stressed. She believed work was overwhelming him. She believed their love was stronger than any problem. But Daniel had already chosen another path. The next day, Daniel took Vanessa to an expensive restaurant in Lagos. Everything about the place showed luxury. Beautiful decorations, elegant tables, people dressed in expensive clothes. Vanessa smiled as they entered. Daniel pulled out her chair. "Please." Vanessa sat down. "Thank you." She smiled at him. "You are becoming a gentleman." Daniel laughed. "I have always been one." They ordered their meals. As they ate, they talked about their future. Vanessa looked at him. "You know, I like the way you make me feel." Daniel smiled. "And how is that?" "Important. Special." Daniel reached across the table and held her hand. "Because you are special." Vanessa looked into his eyes. Then Daniel took a deep breath. "Vanessa." "Yes. I want you to be with me." She became quiet. "I want us to have a future together." For a moment, Vanessa said nothing. Then she smiled. "Yes, Daniel." His face brightened. "But..." Her expression became serious. "I cannot be your second wife." Daniel understood. "You know what I mean. You need to divorce your wife first." Daniel looked at her. Vanessa continued. "I don't want to share my husband with anyone." Daniel reached for her hand. "Anything for you." He lifted her hand and kissed it. Vanessa smiled. She believed she had won. Across the city, Sophia sat beside her bread stand with Thomas. She looked tired. The smile that usually brightened her face was gone. Thomas noticed. "What is wrong?" Sophia looked down. "It's Daniel." Thomas frowned. "What happened?" "He has changed. He doesn't talk to me like before. He comes home late. He doesn't eat my food anymore." Thomas shook his head. "The same Daniel who used to say your cooking was the best." Sophia nodded. "And yesterday?" "He said I smell like bread." Thomas became silent. "The bread that helped him become who he is today?" Sophia wiped a tear. "Maybe it is my fault." Thomas looked shocked. "Your fault? Why would you say that?" "Maybe I am not enough anymore." "Sophia!" Thomas shook his head. "Don't ever say that. You stood beside him when he had nothing. You believed in him when nobody else did. He should be grateful." Sophia sighed. "But he is my husband. I don't want to believe he would hurt me." Thomas looked away. He wanted to tell her what he suspected, but he knew Sophia loved Daniel too much to hear it. That evening, Sophia returned home. She opened the door and saw Daniel sitting on the couch. She smiled softly. "My husband." Daniel looked up. She walked closer. "Is something wrong? Have I done anything?" Daniel remained silent. Then he stood. "Sophia." His voice was cold. "You and I are different now." She looked confused. "What does that mean?" "Look at us. You are a bread seller, and I am building a career." Sophia's eyes filled with tears. "Daniel, I don't think this marriage can work anymore." Her heart stopped. "What? You heard me. I want a divorce." The room became silent. Sophia stared at him. After everything I did for you?" Daniel's expression remained cold. "What did you do for me?" Those words destroyed her. She stepped back. "What did I do? I sold bread every day. I supported you. I believed in you. I stood with you when you had nothing." Daniel shook his head. "I never asked you to do those things." Sophia's tears fell. "I did them because I loved you." Daniel looked away. "I have met someone else." Sophia already knew. but hearing it still broke her heart. Who? Vanessa. My future wife. Sophia covered her mouth. Future wife. Daniel nodded. She is successful. Beautiful. She understands my world. Sophia looked at him. So I don't. Daniel said nothing. Then he walked away, leaving Sophia crying alone. The next morning, Sophia was at her bread stand. Her eyes were swollen from crying. She arranged the bread quietly. Then, suddenly, a luxury car stopped in front of her. Her heart sank. Daniel stepped out. Vanessa stepped out beside him. They were holding hands. Sophia stared at them. Daniel. Vanessa smiled mockingly. So this is her. The famous bread seller? Sophia looked confused. Who are you? Daniel wrapped his arm around Vanessa. This is Vanessa. The woman I love. Sophia looked at him. The woman you love. Daniel brought out an envelope. Sign this. Sophia looked inside. Divorce papers. Her hands began shaking. Daniel. Are you serious? Yes. Tears streamed down her face. After everything. Vanessa laughed. You should accept reality. Sophia looked at her. Who are you to say that? Vanessa's expression changed. How dare you talk to me like that? Sophia turned to Daniel. You're allowing this? Daniel looked away. Sophia fell to her knees. Please. Don't do this. I love you. I gave you everything. Daniel stepped back. It's over. Vanessa smiled. Some people should know their place. Sophia cried harder. Then Daniel and Vanessa walked away, leaving her broken beside the same bread stand where she once dreamed of their future. Minutes later, Thomas arrived. The moment he saw Sophia crying, he rushed toward her. Sophia! What happened? She looked up. He divorced me. Thomas froze. Who? Daniel. He picked up the papers. Then he read the reason. His face changed. What is this? Sophia looked at him. What? Thomas read aloud. He claims you cheated on him? Sophia's eyes widened. What? No. I never did that. I have never betrayed my husband. Thomas looked angry. This is a lie. He is trying to destroy your name. Sophia broke down. I gave him everything. Thomas helped her stand. Come with me. That night, Sophia stayed at Thomas's apartment. He gave her a room. You are safe here. Sophia sat quietly. For the first time, she realized the man she built was gone. But she didn't know yet that the truth would soon come out. Days later, the courtroom was filled with tension. Daniel sat beside Vanessa confidently. He believed Sophia would lose. But Thomas had hired a lawyer ready to fight. The accusations were presented. Then Sophia's lawyer stood. He revealed the truth, the evidence, the sacrifices, the lies. The judge listened carefully. Finally, he looked at Daniel. This court has seen enough. The accusations against Sophia are false. She showed loyalty and sacrifice throughout this marriage. The divorce claim based on these accusations is dismissed. Sophia won. Outside the courtroom, she hugged Thomas. Thank you. You saved me. Thomas smiled. No. You saved yourself by never giving up. Later, Mr. Balaji saw the news. He was disappointed. The next day, he called Daniel. I cannot continue working with someone who forgets the people who helped him. Daniel lost his job. His success began collapsing. Vanessa also changed. Without money and status, she no longer saw the same man. "You are not the person I thought you were." She left. Daniel was alone. Months passed. Sophia rebuilt her life. Thomas stayed beside her. He admired her kindness, her strength, her heart. Slowly, their friendship became love. One evening, Thomas looked at her. "You know, I never loved you because of what you had. I loved you because of who you are." Sophia smiled. For the first time in years, she felt truly valued. Meanwhile, Daniel watched from a distance. The woman he abandoned had found happiness, and the man who thought he deserved better finally understood the truth. Sophia was never beneath him. She was the reason he ever stood tall. The woman who sold bread was the woman who built his future. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this story, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our next story. Tell us in the comments, what would you have done if you were Sophia? And don't forget to tell us where you're watching from. See you in the next story.